want, then that'll be fine. Maybe I shouldn't record it. Maybe we should just stream it.
The money shot?
Yeah, the money shot. That's exactly what it is. I'm going to leave this up. Let's just go right into podcasting.
Yep.
So we can get this done. I don't know. We'll have an hour's worth of material in this movie.
Whatever. I like how you... Hello, everybody, and welcome to the HorrorBull podcast. I'm Brian.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Drew.
And I was just distracted by watching myself on my phone for this live Ustream thing. Hey, thanks if you're joining us on Ustream.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. You get to see our beautiful faces.
It's not just about the audio anymore. We can make visual jokes now.
Right, exactly.
Not describe them.
You can see us flipping each other off during segments and...
I have to be very careful about what I do during the podcast. I can't zone out.
Right. Sometimes he just makes out with his girlfriend.
Or just roll my eyes.
Yeah.
Sometimes he just leaves.
Sometimes he leaves and we're like, and Drew and I try to hold it together.
I think this is exciting for people to see our T-shirts because all of us do. At times we'll have lots of T-shirts. So
we do.
That.
We plan
Far
our
too many
T-shirts.
T-shirts.
I'm like, ooh, I can't wear that T-shirt today because I had the podcast on Wednesday. I was kind of hoping to wear that.
Yeah, it's the way of bragging. It's pretty awesome. I myself am wearing the undershirt I wore to work today, so there's that. I'm pretty stylish.
Because I'm pretty sure Tyler probably just got finished with like a 18-mile run. He's like, oh, I had to keep in shape. Had this 18-mile run. Came home, ate broccoli and kale.
Tonight is going to be roasted squash and a meatless burger. So,
that sounds disgusting.
It's delicious.
Yeah, barbecue.
I learned today, I went to the doctor finally for my foot that I injured when I ran the marathon, and I learned today that I had not one but two bone spurs in my foot. So that's why it's been so painful.
You have that fasciitis thing?
No, I literally have a chipped bone that sticks out like a hangnail, so whenever I run, it depresses that bone into my foot. So it's kind of like
depression.
Sad that
this conversation is depressing me.
It's kind of like I have horns in my foot.
This conversation is a bone spur in my psyche.
Yeah.
Hey guys, before we get into our episode this week, which is of course, as Tyler just alluded to, horns.
Did he give it away?
He gave it away.
The spoiler alert.
I give it away now.
Give it away now. Follow us on Twitter. At HorrorBullPcast, HorrorBullPcast.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm finding the HorrorBull podcast so I can retweet our tweet about Ustreaming.
And then Facebook, we're the HorrorBull Podcast. Give us some love on there. We have like 100 followers. I know you're out there. Twitter.
Yes.
Not that it really gives a shit about Facebook. Come on. I mean, right? Fuck you, guy's name who...
Zuckerberg?
Mark Zuckerberg? Zuckerberg?
Oddly enough, a social network alumni in Horns. Isn't the best friend from the social network?
Yes, he is. What is his name? He's the Max Langella. What's his name?
Yeah, Mingela.
Minghella. Yeah, Max Langella. Langella.
Mingela's son.
So, also, we're at thehorriblepodcast.com if you want to just go to our website. And hey, you know what? I'll go ahead and plug this too. I just got finished with the film festival, but got another film festival coming up here, Chattanooga Film Festival.
In April, we're already plugging the April Film Festival.
6 months. There's a long time for people to submit.
That's true.
Submit
films, yeah.
Submit films. Go to ChattanoogaFilmFest.com. You can look for us on Film Freeway. That's where we're doing all our submissions this year. So come check us out and submit your film. And we fucking love horror. So, we've got those shorts out there. Send them in. Or if you got features too, just do it. Whatever. Hey, tonight's episode.
Horns.
I'm kind of surprised, Brian, that you didn't call him Max Mingela.
I didn't even know what you guys were talking about. I was like, I can't even make these jokes. The only Mingala I know of is Joseph. and
Yeah.
I don't think you're talking about him.
I was trying to think of a way to work Joseph Mengele's name into the conversation, but I think you did it so sweetly, so gently.
Smooth up in you.
Yeah. So I was kind of worried about this movie because it got some not so stellar reviews. But
Film Drunk, worst movie of the year,
really,
hands down, is what they said. Yeah, flat out F.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that.
But I don't disagree with it either.
Really?
Like when I was reading, I wouldn't. I'm not jumping all over this movie like a lot of people are. I'm going to go ahead and say that I liked it. I didn't not like it. I thought some things worked, and I thought it got weaker as it went along. I think is possibly more of my problem with anything. Is I really liked it, and then by the end of it, I was like, oh, okay.
I would say definitely the best Daniel Radcliffe lovemaking scene that I've ever seen. It was amazing.
How many have you seen?
You've never seen Equus, then?
I know.
I have not seen Equus, no. But in The Woman in Black, he banged that ghost.
That's right.
The ghost gave him a stranger.
I actually really I don't deserve to be on the podcast. I liked it. I kind of dug this movie.
Well, once again, guys, we're not a review podcast. We just talk about films. So,
I really dug it. I think it ended abruptly, but it didn't end abruptly. So I was dismayed by how the movie ended up because it didn't. I thought the ending in the book was way more interesting, and I don't quite like the ending in the movie as much. But I liked it for the most part until the very end. I was kind of with it, man. I thought there were some kind of neat parts. I watched it with Kate, and I was afraid that she was going to like figure out the ending halfway through, and I was going to feel like a dumbass because I didn't when I was reading the book. So I was constantly on edge, like for her to go like, "Oh, the killer is blah."
But I don't think that would be a problem on your part. I mean, I think that comes down to storytelling and difference there too. I don't know that there is as much. I don't know how many if it is as clued in the book as much.
Did both of you guys read it?
Yeah.
I haven't read it.
I really liked it.
I liked it a lot.
I haven't.
It's only Joe Hill's second book, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, third technically, if you count 20th Century Ghosts.
I'm not counting that.
Okay,
then
yes,
counting that.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't count as a novel, I guess. I mean, it's his third.
It's his third release. Yeah,
second novel.
I've had sort of a weird relationship with his books because I've always really enjoyed them, but sort of left afterwards with a weird feeling like I didn't quite like it as much as I wanted to. I think Heart-Shaped Box is still my favorite of his books.
I was gonna say I think that one I can't quite figure out how this became a movie before that.
Right.
You know,
like that makes a much simpler story to tell and a much more obvious, easy story to tell too. I mean, that's part of the problem as well as the early charm of this movie is it's a difficult thing to pull off, like tonally and I mean, and I think it does. The one thing the movie does is a good job of doing that early, but that's what I don't understand. Like, I think Heart-Shaped Box would be much simpler. Plus, it's got the cool, badass, the heavy metal, Ozzy-ish heavy metal guy. That'd be a great character for somebody to do. Oh man, that'd be awesome.
I didn't like Heart-Shaped Box because, as Tyler knows, I hate Nirvana. So
I saw that one coming. Just kind of.
I think Tom Hiddleston, after Only Lovers Left Alive, I think he would make for a great what is his name? I've already forgotten.
Vince Coyne.
Yeah, I think he would make for a great Vince Coyne. You said Judas Coyne. That's right. I think he'd make for a great Judas Coyne. He was a great rock star.
No, he's not big enough. I picture someone
like Danzig.
Yeah,
like Glenn Danzig, but taller,
more hulking kind of, but with that hang doggishness too. Like, so I don't know, like that the look of Hiddleston in that. But if Hiddleston could beef up to like Tom Hardy proportions, possibly. It's just I envisioned at least.
I mean, I like Joe Hill's books, but I think the ideas are always better than the execution and like the last act. I always like them and I enjoy reading them, but I've never quite loved them.
You can't close like his father?
I don't know, man. There's just something like Drew really liked Nosferatu, and I did too, but
I really like it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd like to know what a conversation around that table is like on holidays.
I think you can do an impression at least.
Do your best.
Joe, you lunkhead. What are you doing writing this shit? Is his real first name Joe? No.
Yeah.
This is middle name, right? No, it's Joe Hill King.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's
Tabitha's maiden name, right?
His name.
Mm-hmm. I think so. Yeah.
Came from there,
Gotcha.
And so I mean, I like the premises to his books. I think they're really interesting, and they're way more modern than like his dad still writes books that sort of could exist in the 70s. Joe Hill's books are way more modern, but I do like that Stephen King will reference like Judas Coin in his own novels, and that's what I think that's sort of neat. But
it's perfectly the way he does reference his own works anyway. I mean, he
what would that be like to have your dad, you and your dad as writers?
Well, and brother too, Owen and mother,
and the whole family full of writers. Like if you go like, well, I decided what I want to major in college. I hope it's English. No, I'm going to be an accountant.
That's your weapon, man. You throw that shit at it all the time. When you have the bigger bestsellers, you're throwing that shit out. It's like, oh, how much did Double Feature sell? Oh,
hey, Dad.
It's a good novel. Oh, it's a good novel. Trust me. But
hey, Dad. I think let me pick up Thanksgiving dinner this year. No, we got it. No, I saw how fucking 11/22/63 sold last year. So let me get this.
How'd you choose that one?
I don't know.
That's a good one. I was going to say that I think Nosferatu, in my mind, Nosferatu and Doctor Sleep are contemporaries, and like they seem like the novels that sort of come together at the same time. And I like Nosferatu better than I do Doctor Sleep. I like Doctor Sleep, but I didn't love it. So.
Well, I think it's interesting. I think Daddy King does something there that's
the way you say that. Daddy King.
Something felt wrong.
Yeah, something was way off there.
I think he does something though that Joe has done a little bit more in his.
His mom.
I think
gross.
The one thing that we've always seen is Stephen King's he's a bastard to his characters. And Dr. Sleep is the nicest he's ever been. More people survive. Yeah. More people survive without permanent maiming. I mean, it's really non-Stephen King, like in the sense of like at the end I was like, oh, and everything was pretty much all right for most everybody.
It's a cash and carry world.
I'm going to spoil. I guess spoil it. I won't spoil the book, but there's that element of looming dread that exists in the novel Doohickey that I expected in Doctor Sleep. There's a very specific moment in Doohickey that I expected also to kind of happen in Doctor Sleep, but it did not, and I was kind of underwhelmed by it not happening. If that makes any sense.
Doohickey's super underrated.
I like Doohickey a lot.
It's a really great novel.
So guys, hey, thanks for tuning into the Stephen King podcast.
Well, I think that's it's important for us to sort of like give a background of like why we picked this movie, and Joe Hill. And I guess Alexander Aja
I thought we picked this. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the HorrorBull podcast. I'm Brian.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Drew.
And I was just distracted by watching myself on my phone for this live Ustream thing. Hey, thanks if you're joining us on Ustream.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. You get to see our beautiful faces.
It's not just about the audio anymore. We can make visual jokes now.
Right, exactly.
Not describe them.
You can see us flipping each other off during...
I want, then that'll be fine. Maybe I shouldn't record it. Maybe we should just stream it.
The money shot?
Yeah, the money shot. That's exactly what it is. I'm going to leave this up. Let's just go right into podcasting.
Yep.
So we can get this done. I don't know. We'll have an hour's worth of material in this movie.
Whatever. I like how you... segments and...
I have to be very careful about what I do during the podcast. I can't like zone out.
Right. Sometimes he just makes out with his girlfriend.
Or just roll my eyes.
Yeah.
Sometimes he just leaves.
Sometimes he leaves and we're like, and Drew and I try to hold it together.
I think this is exciting for people to see our T-shirts because all of us do. at times we'll have lots of T-shirts. So
we do.
That.
We plan
Far
our
too many
T-shirts.
T-shirts.
I'm like, ooh, I can't wear that T-shirt today because I have the podcast on Wednesday. I was kind of hoping to wear that.
Yeah, it's the way of bragging. It's it's pretty awesome. I myself am wearing the undershirt I wore to work today, so there's that. I'm pretty stylish.
Because I'm pretty sure Tyler probably just got finished with like a 18-mile run. He's like, oh, I had to keep in shape. Had this 18-mile run. Came home, ate broccoli and kale.
Tonight is going to be roasted squash.